90% of what is out there is conspiracy-oriented. You can talk about all the theories you want, but this thing happened only one way.
Dale Myers is a computer animator who has been studying the assassination for more than 25 years. To advance the analysis of the crime, Myers has generated an exacting computer simulation of the Zapruder film. He began by constructing a three-dimensional scale model of Dealey Plaza, the turn from Houston Street onto Elm Street, the Texas School Book Depository, the grassy knoll. They are all reconstructed exactly the way they were in 1963. On top of the Zapruder film, he then animated the movements of President Kennedy and Governor Connally frame by frame. When all of these elements come together, we can now leave the place where Zapruder was filming and see the shooting from any point of view, each one an accurate representation of precisely what happened. If the crime were committed today, forensic investigators would unquestionably use this technique.
Let's take a look at Abraham Zapruder's film in detail. Let's orient ourselves first off. Zapruder, of course, is standing on a 4.5-foot high pedestal just west of the book depository. So he's looking up toward the corner. The limousine has just finished and completed its turn and starting to glide down Elm Street. Frame 133 is the first frame in which the president appears. As we advance the frames here, around frame 160 is approximately the time of the first shot, apparently a shot that missed. Governor Connally said that he was looking to the left side of the car. He heard a shot, immediately identified it as a high-powered rifle shot, and so he said he turned to his right because the sound seemed to come from over his right shoulder. And so we see him right here, looking to his left. And in the next couple of frames, we see his head turn, and now he's looking to his right. So it's a very quick head snap, quarter of a second, like this. Now the car glides down toward the Stemmons Freeway sign. The car disappears for a moment. We see Governor Connally emerge first from behind the sign. He does not appear to be injured. Next frame, 223. You can see the white shirt. You can see his jacket. You can see a little bit of gray area where his tie is. And something happens between frame 223 and 224. We can really pinpoint the moment that the bullet strikes. Watch the jacket. You notice it changes shape. It's almost as if the jacket has popped out a little bit, kind of bulged out. Before, after. Before, and after. In fact, a bullet has struck him in the right back. It has emerged about an inch below his nipple, blowing about a 2-inch ragged hole. In the next frame, the president comes out from behind the sign. We see kind of an anguished look on his face, and his hands immediately go up toward his throat, and they come up in a guarded manner, and the elbows rise in a very dramatic and a very high fashion. So he's kind of like this. But you'll note that both men are reacting simultaneously.
This moment gives rise to what is called the single bullet theory, that the second shot hit both men, passing through the president and into the governor. This is challenged by those who say that President Kennedy and Governor Connally were hit by different bullets from different guns, and 2 guns would make a conspiracy.
Here we have President Kennedy and Governor Connally at the moment of the second shot. This is the moment they're hit, the equivalent of Zapruder frame 223. As we know, President Kennedy was struck in the upper right back. He had another bullet wound in his throat. It was believed to have passed through his throat, moving back to front. Governor Connally, struck in the right back just near the armpit. That bullet emerged his right chest about 1 inch below the nipple line. When we look at their positions based on the Zapruder film, this is exactly how they were seated at that moment, at frame 223. Governor Connally sitting slightly inboard of the president. In addition to that, he's turned sharply to his right. You can already see from this that any bullet striking the president in the upper right back and emerging out of his throat, that bullet is going to continue forward, and it's going to hit Governor Connally exactly where he was hit. Connally has to be hit, and the fact that they both react at the same time clinches it. So, it's not a magic bullet at all. It's not even a single bullet theory, in my opinion. It's a single bullet fact.